Another beautiful Monday afternoon to you, and I'm glad that you are there. Hope you have recovered from a weekend of fun, pleasure, excitement, rest. Let's see, what else did you do? Whatever it is you did, it's another work week. The sun rises here. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. I have a Nigerian joining me. He is here because, like I told you, I wanted us to know what is happening in the field of natural medicine. I wanted us to have an understanding of natural medicine as far as Nigeria is concerned, investments, research, persons, and what they have even discovered. Because I think what's obvious to us is that nature heals, but do we know how far we can heal ourselves using nature? Or are we just caught up in this whole modern trend of conventional medicine where we become, I guess, slaves to a system that takes from us and doesn't give us as much as it takes? But nature gives. That's all it does. I have a guest joining me. He is the national president of NANTMP, Dr. Peter Lukadoka. I hear he is joining us from Jos. Let's quickly establish connection. Hello, sir. Good afternoon to you, if you can hear me.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for being here. My pleasure having you this afternoon on Nigeria Info. Could you quickly introduce yourself to the Nigerian public?
Right, thank you very much for having me. My name is Chief Dr. Peter Lukadoka, the National President of National Association of Nigerian Traditional Medicine Practitioners, and the NANTMP, all as NANTMP. And NANTMP is the mother umbrella of all the traditional medicine practitioners in Nigeria. So, hunters, blacksmiths, fishermen, and traditional spiritual healers. Traditional healers categorized into three: Christian spiritual healers, Muslim spiritual healers, and traditional spiritual healers. The government gazetted it and bring it under the association called NANTMP to regulate and segment the activities of natural medicine in Nigeria. We have approximately 27 million members in Nigeria, and I am the national president.
Okay, sir, just before we establish our conversation moving on, could you kindly make some better adjustments, because sometimes your voice peaks and it drops, just so that we can have you uninterrupted, if that is something you can do for us. Make some adjustments. Maybe you have to speak closer to your mouthpiece, if that is okay.
Okay. Can you hear me very well now?
I can. This appears to be very good. This is very good. So personally, I'm a little curious about the National Association of Nigerian Traditional Medicine Practitioners. I had in the past wondered whether there was a state institution that took traditional medicine into account. So I want to know a little bit of history into what the state, maybe even the country, is able to do with traditional medicine. Because here, there's so much about conventional medicine, it appears as though we don't pay much attention to traditional medicine, which is, of course, the reason I'm having you here today. So can you speak about state involvement and to what extent state or country has been involved in order to invest, expand, and maybe bring to par, to the same level, traditional medicine with conventional medicine?
Yes. In Nigeria, under the Ministry of Health, traditional medicine has a department called TICAM. That is Traditional Alternative and Complementary Medicine. That is how they define it in the Federal Ministry of Health. And statistically, if you look at what traditional medicine has done to the world, it is well clear that 80% of the whole world depends on traditional medicine, with conventional medicine running around within the 20% by World Health Organization statistics. But in Nigeria, we can say, well, there are agencies like Nigerian Natural Medicine Development Agency, led by Professor Martin Anise, who is the DG, Natural Medicine, overseeing the activities of traditional medicine, see how they can develop traditional medicine into global consumption, and to see how they can integrate it into health delivery systems. The agencies there. Well, the regulatory body is the Ministry of Health, for traditional medicine practitioners. Remember, NMDC is under Ministry of Science and Technology, but practitioners are under Ministry of Health, under TCAM department. Natural medicine regulates the activities of research, while Ministry of Health regulates the activities of practice. So there is integration in between the Ministry of Health and Science and Technology in trying to see how they can come out with a regulatory body and monitor the activities of on-research products. And also after clinical research, the Ministry of Health regulates the consumption. That's how it is. So there is agency overseeing it quite a bit, but we are somehow discouraged by what the media always says. Nigerian government will tell us that they will support traditional medicine, they will do this and that. But thank God, in the last traditional medicine exhibition, Professor Martin Anita said that they are going to build 774 traditional medicine clinics all over, that each local government in Nigeria will have one traditional medicine clinic. And we are waiting to see how it shall come to pass. But, traditional medicine, natural agriculture, it is more of a practice of inheritance that's rooted in culture. And each culture has its type and kind and practice. Nigerian government really, they are not doing too well for us because, remember, there is a phobia on traditional medicine by other scientists, to say Western scientists. What I mean Western scientists is the principal guiding medicine in Western policy. It is too flabbergastic and unentertained by African culture or Nigerian culture. Because now, creating phobia that anything traditional medicine is bad. Anything traditional medicine is good. So we find it difficult. But the World Health Organization has to make it clear that it is very, very, very significant in the road system. But the Nigerian government is not encouraging us as expected. That is the truth.
Let me interrupt your thoughts. You say conventional medicine thinks that traditional medicine is bombastic or primitive. Is that the better word to use?
Yes. That's why I said the Africans have created phobia on traditional medicine, discouraging it as if it has nothing to do. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization believes that 80% of the world depends on traditional medicine. Hence, traditional medicine is the first fundament of any treatment in African countries and all over the world.
I would like for us to even interrogate this quote-unquote traditional practice. If Africans themselves have a phobia for traditional medicine practice, Okay.
No. Africans don't have phobia.
Oh, they don't have a phobia. So it's the Western world that has the phobia.
The phobia. And the Nigerian government, like, for instance, the Ministry of Health is a doctor. The Chairman Committee on Health in House is a doctor. Or they are about. So they have that kind of Western industrialization that they have to not to encourage and promote their natural medicine rather than to a conventional that we treat people. The accusation always that we don't have gates, we don't do research, we don't do this. But let me tell you, practitioners don't just give you anything. Before treatment, they do careful observation and diagnose the signs and symptoms, true reactions. Very well. We are trained to do it by our parents, to be very, very diligent and specific in whatever we do. But because the government did not create a council that would regulate the activity, thinking that since we control 80%, economically they think we want to take over work, which is not possible. They have their own way, we have our own way. But what we should do is that the government should create a regulatory body where they will regulate the activity like they are regulating medical and dental councils, pharmacies, radiology, whatever council they have more than 10 to and above council in the health delivery system. Well, we that control 80% don't have a council. Even if it is examination, somebody has 80%, will be given 0%, will not pass. But somebody with 20%, they will admit it. Is that not miraculous?
Okay.
Is
Now,
that
okay. I would like to ask you a question about the association. This association right now, is it currently functional, and who's sponsoring it?
the association is very, very much functioning. We have structure all over Nigeria, from the federal government, and each region we have what we call vice president. Vice president is the head of the region. And in the state, we have state chairman in charge of the state, and the local government, local government chairman and districts all over Nigeria. It is well structured, well rooted, and we are well organized. But sometimes they create action for us so that we can have different voice, we can promote the practice, or we can come together and with politics.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Who funds the association? I'm very sure I didn't quite get the answer to that. Someone
Yeah.
what body funds the association?
Yes. We don't have any funding like per se from the government, but like I said, there's a department for speaker that regulate the activities under the director of pharmacy, Titus Tille, the Federal Minister of Health. The association of 90 entities was formed by Mr. President during Obasanjo when all African heads of state met in Lusaka discussed about traditional medicine. And that's when Mr. President Obasanjo, Oya Lumbo, who was the minister, discovered that it is a real arm of government that can sustain this country not better than mining, better than agriculture, and everything because it's global. Obasanjo called all the practitioners, gather them and say, please, this is an area that's just in African head of state and president. They had a meeting to discover that this is a very serious arm that will build the economy of this country and to start intelligence the system to prevent plague and other deadly diseases. So it was funded by the government and bring all of us. And there were over 500 associations. Everybody, president, no. They have to work under a single umbrella by trying to bring us together and form 90 entities. Not just forming it, they went ahead to gazette it in Nigerian natural medicine in Nigeria. So it's 90 entities gazetted in Nigerian gazette under natural medicine law.
So, one of the reasons I'm asking this is because I'm wondering whether there's an aspect of whether this body in its capacity right now as it is today is something that is solidly established in order to provide services to the Nigerian people. But I think just so that the Nigerian people understand what you bring to the table as far as medicine is concerned, when we say traditional practice, does it include any act of spiritual, say, for example, incantations or rituals?
Yes, it has. That's why I said traditional medicine is
Excuse me, did you say yes it does? That some of the spiritual medicines will involve spiritual practices like incantations and sacrifices?
Exactly, it has. Even in the West, there's a mystery of medicine. Mystery of medicine is not all. There are things that are yet. There are things that happen yet undergone the other scientific aspects. Spiritual in the sense, if you go to church as a Christian, there are pastors who say and they ask God to help you heal, help you get well, pray for you, and at the end you see the action. That is one aspect. If you go to the Muslims, they also do spiritual healing. That is incantation. If you go to traditional religion, they do traditional religion. They do incantation. What it means that we traditional medicine practitioners believe on in collective or spirit in other aspects. There are things that you don't see and sanctify yourself before you see it. It is a gift from God. In the spiritual aspect, if you believe that they communicate with God, whenever there is spiritual like
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Sorry. Yes, I was trying to explain something about spiritual incantations in traditional medicine.
Yeah.
I answered yes, there is incantation.
Okay.
That's why I started the example by saying we categorize them under spiritual healer, faith. That is Christian spiritual healer. If you go to church on some illness, they pray for you, lay hands on you, do Christian incantation to get well. If you go to the traditionalists, they take you to either shrine or whatever is to do their incantation, ask that God should help you. So also the Muslims go and pray for you and to make sure you get healed. And it works. But what I want to tell you is that it is all about proof. If you do it and it works, and it is proven, but if you do it and it didn't work, it's no longer proven, and it works, and it's working. That's why you can take out spiritual aspects, spiritual healing in all spiritual pillars. So it is there. But there is an aspect which is very pragmatic. The practical aspect of it is that when you and bring some unnatural products, bring them together and dilute them, and it's working based on the character and characteristics of plants. Then you can extract and make it. That is what we call practical traditional medicine.
Let me ask you, as a traditional person or as a Nigerian traditional medicine practitioner, what is your opinion on conventional medicine?
Yes, conventional medicine, we look at it as a category of proven scientific process that is being studied under science. And that science is not only in one aspect that Western science. Science is all about nature. And we have African science. We have Western science. We have tribal science. We have some natural ecosystems surrounding us that we have to abstract the science. And there is variation in the science. So the Western science is organized one by Western educationists that came out with the principles and their own full ideology, which is very scientific. That's why we have African science and Western science. It's all about proving it and where you are coming from.
Okay.
So
so
science is all about proving it from whatever angle, from whatever research.
Okay. The Nigerian Association of Nigerian Traditional Medicines, you say that you expect the government to eventually establish one center all around the country. But
Yes.
do you think this is something the government is taking seriously? Because if the government hasn't done it up till now, I'm wondering what your faith is in the fact that they would at some time in the future.
Well, like I said the other time, they have established a department. The department that is SICA. Now they also established agencies chaired by Professor Martin Anenche, who he promised us, looking at the values, the man is a professor of pharmacy. He has gone far to know the importance of traditional medicine. And they have been saying it, in fact, almost all during our African traditional medicine days, promising to support us, promising to help us. But up to now, as far as I'm concerned, I have not seen seriousness in what they are doing.
Yeah, they're not
But
serious
they
about it.
also, they are not serious, I would say it anyway. the government is not serious. Because if
Okay,
they are serious,
sir, I want you to please give me a moment. I want to quickly go off on a break. I'll come right back to you. We'll be right back, Lagos.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
The stage is set. The champions are returning. And this time, it's for glory. Get ready for the I Beg to Differ Tournament of Champions. Kicking off August 11th at 4 p.m. from the powerhouse cities of Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Lagos. Past winners now face off in the national finals to answer one question. Who will be the champion of champions? At 4 p.m., Abu Francis Helen Ebo of Government Science Secondary School, Piakasa Maitama Abuja, takes on Amuze David of Adebola Baptist Senior Secondary School, Lagos. On the topic, loyalty to tribe is more celebrated than loyalty to country in Nigeria. Then at 5 p.m., Majesty Joseph Ojochegbe of Government Day Secondary School, Karu Abuja, goes head-to-head with Afolayan Shongoluye of Christian High School, Lekki. On the topic, modern students are being overtested. 2 fierce battles, 4 brilliant minds, 1 crown, 1 winner. Who will rise? Who will differ? The best. This is I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions. Don't miss it. I Beg to Differ starts August 11 from 4 p.m. Proudly supported by Obi Weezy, Diamond and Pearls Travels Limited, Ejanla Restaurant, Chrisland High School. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
You tried calling in, you sent messages, you have had opinion, concerns, brilliant ideas. There's so much you've wanted to say, but time always runs out. The lines are always busy, the show keeps going, and your voice eventually doesn't get heard. But now, that changes. Now you have a chance to speak your truth, to express your views, to raise your voice where it truly matters. Introducing Voice of the People on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is your platform, a space for real Nigerians to say what is on their minds. No interruptions, no time limits on the phone, and of course, you get to have your voice heard. Just you, your voice, your truth. Here's what to do. Record a short video of yourself, just 30 seconds or less, sharing your opinion on any given issue that concerns you. It could be about government, society, your community, fuel prices, insecurity, unemployment, healthcare, power, education, whatever you feel the need to be addressed. To record this video, make sure you are in a quiet place so we can hear you loud and clear. Then, post your video on social media with the hashtag NigeriaInfoVOTP. That is hashtag NigeriaInfoVOTP. Let your voice be heard. Be bold, be honest, be real. Because on A Voice of the People, everyone is listening. Nigeria is listening, and your voice could be the one that could spark change. Voice of the People. Every voice counts. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
All right, so we want to quickly just round this off. Our guest, Dr. Peter, on the telephone lines. Sir, I truly wish I could have you in the studio. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I really do look forward to having you sometime physically present here. But just before I go, I want to ask you this final question about the National Association of Nigerian Traditional Medicine Practitioners. Do they have like offices where Nigerians can go visit in order to get help for their ailments? Hello, sir, if you can hear me. Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I just have a few more minutes to the top of the hour. I was asking whether the association as it stands today have centers where Nigerians can visit in response to get help or any
You'll love Conversations.
Where else can you get it? Then, the station best in talk.
That's why education is the main thing. Once you kill education, you can control the people.
Africans just like to blame.
It's our constitution ban military from intervention in the government.
Yeah, if you want to destroy any country, kill the education. It's as simple as that.
Former terrorists who are undergoing rehabilitation are now saying that the government's promise to pay them $30,000 has failed, and for that reason, they are on the streets protesting.
Possession doesn't win you matches round.
No, but if they can't hold on to the ball, they cannot score.
Another thing again is our officiating, especially in the league. Why is it that Nigerian referees are not selected for CAF tournaments or CAF matches?
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update. The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
A female passenger on an IBOM air flight from Uyo to Lagos caused a scene at Murtala Mohammed Airport on Sunday, assaulting a flight attendant and confronting security. NCAA's Michael Achimugu blamed her refusal to follow crew instructions. He urged passengers to respect safety rules like switching off their phones during takeoff and landing. Airport police restored calm, and further details are expected soon. Meanwhile, IBOM Air has permanently banned the passenger Comfort Emanson after a series of violent incidents on its August 10th Uyo-Lagos flight. The airline says she not only refused to switch off her phone, but also assaulted found security personnel and the airline's ground supervisor before police took her into custody. The incident has been reported to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, with the airline reiterating its zero-tolerance stance on unruly behavior. Meanwhile, dozens of visually impaired Nigerians are currently on the streets of Lagos protesting the continued closure of the country's government-run school for the blind in the state. The protesters say the school has been shut down for over a year without any official explanation, a silence that protesters say has left them without education, skills training, or hope. One of the protesters, who identified himself as Richard Okereke, says the closure was at odds with government rhetoric about keeping beggars off the streets. They want the immediate reopening of the school and provision of sustainable welfare programs for persons with disabilities. And finally, the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library condemned an early Sunday raid by over 50 armed men claiming to be EFCC operatives at a private event. The EFCC allegedly stormed the Green Legacy Hotel without a warrant, causing panic and injuries. The hotel management calls the action an invasion and demands an apology, warning of possible legal action. Investigations are ongoing, with the matter set to be escalated to security agencies. And that's all the updates we have for you at this time. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce, right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And I am Yvonne Archival. Thank you for your time.
What's that station again?
Oh yeah, Campbell, come back. Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So like here we did talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one. You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
.3 Nigeria Info, The Sunny Side. Everything is moving in the world of news and events. I have a guest on the telephone line, Dr. Peter. I just want to round off with him, and then we can forge ahead with the rest of our programming. Sir, I want to thank you so much for your patience. I was saying earlier on that I wish I had you physically in the studio, but I'm looking forward to some time in the future where that will be a possibility. My final question to you, sir, if you can hear me, is today, as we have it in Nigeria, does the Association of National Traditional Medicine Practitioners in Nigeria, do they have a center where Nigerians can make a physical appearance in order to treat their ailments traditionally?
Yes, we don't have government centers, but we have individual clinics that treat so many elements that.
Pardon me, sir. Could you speak up, please? Did you say yes or no? You don't have physical centers.
We don't have a government center clinic that is built by government, but we have private centers that treat so much and are doing a lot, especially areas that are difficult in Western treatment, like cancer. We have a cancer center, but we have cancer clinics. We have one cancer center here that is owned by a private hand. He treats about 2,336 patients in 2 months, proved by hospitals, and he keeps the record before, during, and after. Confirmed cancer patients. We have one in Enugu, we have one in Bauchi, that they are individuals that treat cancer to the fullest. And from other places, like HIV, I assure you we have it on individual basis. We have them. And we can put it to you.
So, sir, when you, I like that you mentioned cancer, and that really just threw a number of questions in my head. But I think of all the questions in my head right now, the most important one would be, what are some of the illnesses that people are struggling with, even modern science appears to be struggling with, that traditional practices or traditional medicine has been able to solve, even though they're not getting the press that they deserve?
Please, I am begging you. There is no disease that lives on earth that we don't have the solution to it. Please take your time. Let's do documentary and you let the world know that we have it. Even HIV that they don't think we have it. We have it. We can prove it. Bring patients to us. Come, I will show you album and documentary of cancerous patients like the DP. We can eradicate DP to 0 level and start as usual as a normal person without hypertension and sugar. We have it. Take your time. Take us around. We'll show you where such elements are treated to 100%. No longer having it forever. And another thing, but not sugar again, not HIV, not cancer, not BP.
What about obesity? What about tumor growths? What about epilepsy? What about nerve paralysis?
We have it. Even as a sickle cell.
Even sickle cell?
Yes, please come. Let's do documentary and let's show you people that we treated.
You have no idea how curious I am. I really want to find this out. Wow.
Yes, come, please do documentary. Show the world. We can even take it to pharmacies that we give them product for research. Even University of Jos, go there, Professor Professor Kolawale, that like this anti-snake bite was discovered in Nigeria, in the whole world, is the first in Nigeria, was discovered here in Jos. Anti-snake bite is the first in Nigeria by Professor, this man from University of Jos, Akwasaba. Sorry, Professor Agui.
Yeah.
In Center, the University of Jos. We have it.
Okay.
We need media to come. Let's prove it. Let's show you. Let's do documentary. Let the whole world know.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We are not doubting that. Come, let's prove it. During Corona, I came with the product. We treated Corona people. I went to the National Assembly about 6 times to defend the bill on traditional medicine. At that time when there was Corona, I don't put marks because I've taken anti-Corona. I told them in the National Assembly, I showed them the product. Nobody came to collect the medicine for further research. Is that fair to Nigeria? Is that fair to humanity? When somebody says, I have it, you don't prove it. You don't follow him to know whether this is true or not. And you will go back and say, is that possible? Creating phobia that is not working? Discouraging people from reality of nature? That is the propaganda. But it's not to humanity. That's why each power is laid at the hand of God. It is always a problem to nature. Please, let's trust nature. God did not create us with that. God created us with all, except we missed it and messed it. These are the contagions in traditional medicine in Nigeria and African countries.
I really love this challenge, and I truly am looking forward to an opportunity where we can put some of your words to the test, particularly some of the claims that you have made, like sickle cell, COVID. I'm really interested in knowing what you have on that, and other ailments that you have mentioned. I really want to thank you. I truly wish you were in the studio. I wanted to give you a lot more time to interrogate this field that is rarely explored, and maybe I would say almost, I guess, getting bad press due to God knows what at this point, because as Africans, I think if the government is serious about medicine and holistic medicine, I think traditional medicine is exactly what we need to be investing in. But until the government wakes up to their responsibility, we'll continue to spread the news around what we know to be true, accurate, and of course efficient, that's beneficial to the Nigerian people. I want to thank you, sir, for being here this afternoon on Nigeria Info. Thank you for your time, and I do look forward to having you back here again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. I wish to have me again and again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Nigeria Info, we're going to quickly go from a break. We'll be right back.
What's that station again? No.
Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So by here we talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
Okay, so I'm getting a few messages on WhatsApp. I sincerely do apologize. I have actually had reason to disconnect from my guest, and well, of course, that's because of programming and other things I have to pay attention to. But I think I'm as curious as you are, because when I read the science, I'm wondering what else is alternative to the science of medicine. When I hear the news report on diseases and viruses, and then they tell you, we don't have a cure, give us 1 year, we'll give you vaccines. I wonder whether there is something that should have been done, has been omitted. For example, another thing I'm very curious about is antibiotics. I think conventional medicine is over there. If what they were doing with medicine, particularly antibiotics, could be described, I think they're overloading people with antibiotics. I really think conventional medicine today is getting you drunk on antibiotics. And it's very interesting that even their own science is saying that viruses and bacteria are building resistance against antibiotics. So what they're doing is, the last batch of antibiotics that has now built a resistance, what they do is they create stronger, higher doses of medications to destroy or fight those viruses. But the problem with every time you increase what is, quote, antibiotics to do with any generation of virus, the viruses that survive will mutate, building an adaptation to that new antibiotics. And then when people can no longer have the antibiotics work on them, then science has to increase the antibiotics, and then it kills off some of those viruses, parasites, what have you. Whatever is left of that generation of viruses, parasites, or plague, they build an adaptation. So anytime you hear COVID has a new strain, can you remember any of the strains?
I can't.
You can't remember any of this strain? You really put COVID behind you, right?
Joyce, I just wanted that season over and done with.
We'll wake up one day, COVID has strain 1, strain 2, strain 4, strain 6, and that's how their names were changing. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what's happening. The virus built an adaptation. We give it a new name, find the upgraded version of antibiotics. That's really what we're doing. And I'm wondering whether there's something in traditional medicine that can deal with that. And maybe it's to our benefit to truly find out what it is, so that we can arm ourselves or defend ourselves against diseases, because what we have is what conventional science is going to give to us, which one makes us dependent, and 2, doesn't quite cure you from the disease or the sickness. It doesn't quite cure you totally. Otherwise, how are they going to make money if you're totally cured? All right. So I do look forward to having him back. In the meantime, I want to tell you about I Beg to Differ. I Beg to Differ? Those kids are back. Good. You want a company? We're probably giving to you the finest selection of young, bright minds as company. Principal Vaughn is here, and she is a judge on I Beg to Differ.
Yes, Joyce.
Okay, so the smile on your face say you've been waiting for this to come.
I have, because I want to see who emerges the champion of champions, because this is the tournament of champions. So champions from Abuja and Port Harcourt are sparring with champions from Lagos.
How many champions do we have in this? How long is this going to be?
This is going to be roughly 4 weeks.
Okay, and then champions Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt
yes,
are coming here
absolutely
to prove their mettle.
Absolutely, Joyce. The topics today are for the 4 p.m. hour. Loyalty to tribe is more celebrated than loyalty to country in Nigeria. Are people more loyal
to tribe
to their tribe than to their country? That's the question.
What kind of curveball questions are you giving this young mind?
So that they can think and think and think.
Well, okay. Well, this is a very interesting question.
It is. Because every other day on the streets of, on Mark Zuckerberg's streets of Instagram and Elon Musk's streets of Twitter, you see people fighting all the time over being Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. So the question is, are people more loyal to their tribe than to their country?
Okay, so now if we're observing cultural practices, it may appear as though people are more loyal to their tribe, but you're not looking at it from that perspective. You're looking at arguments to support the motion. Because I mean, I guess you can say
to either support or oppose the motion.
Exactly. yeah. So either support or, but I think what the aspect you're approaching this from is, can you prove a point or prove your point?
Absolutely, that's it.
Because it does quite appear, obviously, that people tend to be a little bit more sensitive towards tribe than they are to Nigeria.
Right.
But it's not a Q&A. So that's why we're not going to bother as to what the
so they're good
is.
Exactly. And there are no right or wrong answers.
Exactly.
There are only answers that can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt.
Exactly.
That's what the debaters will do today.
Yeah,
we'll at least attempt to do. And then at 5, 2 more debaters will go toe to toe on the topic: modern students are being over-tested.
Not after what Jam and Wyke has done the last 1 year. Yeah.
I knew you were going to say
whatever they've done. Look, let me tell you. So first of all, I don't want to say I commend them, because that's usually what we do here when a person does what they're supposed to do. A parent sent me a message. I saw it this morning, and I want to read it in your hearing. He says, "Good afternoon, Joyce. Above is the new WAEC result of my daughter, released by WAEC yesterday after the review." By the way, this is a different parent from the Nigerian girl who wrote me. Good. Now let's go back to the message. They gave her C6 in math before, now C5, and E8 in English, now C6. Just to update you. So basically, this is by the way, he sounds Igbo and Yoruba. His name is Aloysius Olushola Benedict. So I'm wondering, whenever we do this ethnic thing, Aloysius sounds like something an Igbo man will bear.
Right.
Why is he Olushola in the middle? But there you go, right?
Right.
This whole tribal thing. So his daughter, he says, had E8 in English, now C6. The Heather girl sent me a message. We're discussing over the weekend.
Right.
And she sent me her results. She says, this is my updated results. This time, her English was readjusted to C6.
Apparently, WAEC is going to give nearly all of them a C6 because it's the best way to save face. Give almost everybody a C6 so that it doesn't look like you failed all of them.
But even off air, if you remember, I said if for anything, under any circumstances, their scripts were failed.
Right.
Even if the students would have gotten a 0, but because you can't quite justify that 0, you have to give the students an average score.
An average score, indeed. And that is what WAEC appears to be doing now.
Give them an average score. You can't prove that they got 0, and you cannot prove... I mean, because you can't quite prove it, you can't say, well, they deserve an F9.
Exactly.
Because what if they deserve an A1? So it also means that the students who would have also gotten A1 are going to have to make do with
a C6. You know. Well, it's good, and this is one of those few moments when I feel happy.
Yeah.
To work on the radio. When I feel proud of what we do here as broadcasters, because obviously, Joyce, we did the Lord's work last week.
Absolutely.
With fellow Nigerians, and we did and I have to say kudos to you, Joyce, for always standing on business, whether people like it or not.
Yeah.
It's one thing that makes that stands you out. Your ability to stand on a matter when every other person is sitting down. You are standing on it and demanding, because at the end of the day, we live in a world, in a society where people are numb to what justice should be. They don't really care as long as they're not the ones affected. You know, we live in a culture, we live in a world that celebrates silence. People should just keep quiet and not bother about doing anything about what needs to be done. So to have people stand up and speak up like you do, now that's great work.
I can't tell you how heartbreaking it is for me. You see, you are even speaking about, this good work. And I for a moment, I thought I could celebrate that. And then I was quickly overrun by the shame, the fact that we're just stealing futures, the fact that our own inadequacies we're imposing on another generation.
Absolutely.
I'm imagining these students who are coming on Nigeria Info for I beg to differ to have to struggle with a society that would steal from them. And it's one thing to lose, but it's something else to have a system that's fighting for you.
Exactly.
A system that's defending you. A system. Do you know, recently I went somewhere and I couldn't use my card. So they told me, well, you have to use the POS. So I go outside and I didn't want to hold the cash. And I was trying to make a mental calculation of how much I needed so I could extract that specifically. And then I thought maybe I should just change plans and go to the bank. I was like, no, that would mean you have to go, come back. Okay, so I go to the ATM. And I think she said 20,000 was 400 or 400?
Or 500.
Or 500, right? There is no reason a poor Nigerian is paying 400 or 500 naira at a POS to get 20,000 naira. This is an exploitative society. It is staggering. Sometimes I wonder if I'm the only person seeing it. There's absolutely no reason why a poor Nigerian is paying 400 on a 20K withdrawal. Absolutely none.
Right.
So in my head, I'm thinking, and then I was there and somebody came, he said he wanted to take 1,000 naira and he was charged 100 naira on 1,000 naira. And I thought, why? Now, it's not because, first of all, 100 naira is too much. But even worse, I think what I cannot believe is the silence, is So
the acceptance of it all.
What's the government doing about that? The government you're just okay.
The government will say
that the poor should pay that much.
They'll call it empowerment, business, job empowerment.
I went to a restaurant over the weekend. They charge you for sitting down. They charge the consumption tax. There's VAT. Then, of course, the bill. First of all, you go to a restaurant, you're paying with a whole leg.
Yes.
That's
just
what
to eat a tiny plate.
Do
of
you
food.
know that I ordered 2 things? They were telling us the bill was 60 something K. Look, and so the problem was, so we started yabbing ourselves because it was like, you're not hungry. That's why you came here. You're not hungry. But it just shows you the level of poverty where someone thinks it's luxury to walk into a building, ask for food, and eat. We are drowned in an insane pool of poverty that the things that should, honest to God, appear nearly normal are now being categorized as luxury.
Right.
And that's why we don't see the pain in someone paying 400 or 500 naira on 20,000 naira.
Right.
It is corrupt. It is intensely exploitative. It is a taken away from the weak. So I was happy that WAEC did something. I think I was a little bit more happy that they admitted it.
Right.
Because what you hardly see in this Nigeria is the admitting of error.
Right.
Because maybe it restores humanity in a sense. It reminds us that maybe the mistakes are not the problem as much as the people who would want to do something to fix the mistake.
Right.
And that's what I think I really appreciate, that they had just enough humility to admit, okay, we made a mistake. Because JAM came, denied it. We only found out they made a mistake later. WAEC came out, denied it. Then they admitted they made a mistake. So I think I appreciate that. But I was hoping for a system where there was a lot more intent to redeem the poor from poverty.
Right.
And maybe redeeming a person from poverty is not something you can really do. Maybe it's to have incentives that cushion this weight of being down where everything is on your back as a poor person.
Right.
From the environment to the cost of your money, the value of your money, to the fact that you are working more than you're earning.
Yes.
So to have a system further exploit you utterly, it takes too much from me. So congratulations to the students. I don't even know if that's the right thing to say, but WIAC did the right thing by admitting it. We're going to go off on a break. You round off and I beg to differ when we come back. Quam 1 and Quam 2 is how social media put it.
Someone called them Inukwam. Quam 1, then Inukwam for the lady.
We'll be back.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this. Summer, don't just take a break. Live in it at Zebra Beach Resort. Whether it's summer romance, a summer family escape, or that long overdue solo recharge, Zebra is your slice of beachside bliss. Let the kids roam free while you dive into delicious meals, refreshing ocean dips, and those unbeatable breezy vibes. From daily activities for both kids and adults, there's something for everyone. Just visiting? Don't worry. We've got you covered with our day passes too. Book your summer spot now at zebrabeachresort.com or call 0704 730 0013.
You've tried calling in, you've sent messages, you have had opinion, concerns, brilliant ideas. There's so much you've wanted to say, but time always runs out. The lines are always busy, the show keeps going, and your voice eventually doesn't get heard. But now, that changes. Now you have a chance to speak your truth, to express your views, to raise your voice where it truly matters. Introducing Voice of the People on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is your platform, a space for real Nigerians to say what is on their minds. No interruptions, no time limits on the phone, and of course, you get to have your voice heard. Just you, your voice, your truth. Here's what to do. Record a short video of yourself, just 30 seconds or less, sharing your opinion on any given issue that concerns you. It could be about government, society, your community, fuel prices, insecurity, unemployment, healthcare, power, education, whatever you feel the need to be addressed. To record this video, make sure you are in a quiet place so we can hear you loud and clear. Then post your video on social media with the hashtag NigeriaInfoVOTP. That is hashtag NigeriaInfoVOTP. Let your voice be heard. Be bold, be honest, be real. Because on a Voice of the People, everyone is listening. Nigeria is listening, and your voice could be the one that could spark change. Voice of the People. Every voice counts. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
We're back. We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
We're radioactive. This is 99.3. We are Nigeria Info. And remember, I Beg to Differ kicks off today. And you can, I hope you feel the sentiment here. At least I think I have a kind of a warm sentiment towards I Beg to Differ. I think I'm listening to young people. I'm watching their innocence. I'm looking at their aspiration. And maybe today, because they're 16 and 17 and 15 and 14, it's not too big a dream, but it's just something. And I'm hoping that Nigeria is the soil upon which the seed falls on, and that the environment can water it so that they become something tomorrow. I hope we can give them a Nigeria that doesn't rape them, because it's not obvious what we're doing. You know, it's not obvious. There's a reason all of you want out. There has to be. We must admit there is a reason why amongst 10 Nigerians, 11 want out.
Yes,
there's a reason you want out, and to not call it that, well, you may say, well, it's not patriotic. We're not patriotic. there's the appearance of patriotism, and then there's really who we are. So
Joyce, about patriotism, we are not patriotic because the country rapes us. How are you patriotic to your abuser? How do you want to be loyal to an abuser? We're in an abusive relationship with our country, Joyce.
This is, we need on a federal level, was that Nigerian body that deals on domestic violence?
Yes. DSV. Look,
exactly.
But we need that because we're in it is true, Joyce.
Yeah.
And that is why the average Nigerian is unpatriotic. Because everywhere he turns, the country
is doing something
to him.
But you know what? The country is the people. So today at 4 o'clock, we have a representation or an aspect of this society come on Nigeria Info.
Mm-hmm.
So the first topic, ethnicity versus patriotism to country, right? So let's see how that goes. 5 o'clock.
Modern students being over-tested.
It's not only modern students that are being over-tested. Every Nigerian
who has gone through the school system.
Every Nigerian is being tested. But of course, you know, the judgment is not whether you're right or wrong. It's more the arguments in favor of or against.
Right.
But child, every Nigerian is crying silently. You know, I want to ask you before I let you go, how would you describe the Nigerian? Now, the backdrop for this question is Quam 1. And I woke up this morning and I saw a video on social media. I have immediately now changed my topic. I had a different topic scheduled earlier. Then I just thought this Quam 1, Quam 2 situation developing in our news sphere is really worth talking about. And I was thinking about it this morning and I thought, how would you describe the Nigerian? Because I saw the lady, the video this morning, and I saw the way she was handled. And in my head, I thought, I'm not sure what happened here. I can't quite speak for or against. But I was thinking, why would you, now this is me to the lady, why would you let anybody put their hands on you? And then it was the manner in which they put hands on her. You know, there is someone puts their hand behind your back to escort you out. No, they dragged her like a dog outside, and then the flight attendant, I'm not sure what the woman's intention was. It may have been error, it may have been deliberate, pulled on her top and just stripped her naked. Practically, that was what happened. Because in my head, I'm thinking, does this look deliberate? Because now the tension of the moment may say it wasn't deliberate. But you could be forgiven for assuming that it must have been deliberate because of the positioning, the direction to which the pull was happening. The pull was against the direction of the exit. So when the clothing came off, I thought, oh, this is bad. And then I heard maybe we shouldn't call her a victim. Maybe we should call her the perpetrator.
Yes.
Or let's just call her the traveler.
Right.
When the traveler got to the heel of the stairs, got to the heel of it, she looked at the waitress and said, "Oh, you're laughing." And in my head, I'm thinking, if the waitress is laughing, then maybe it was deliberate. But the scene in itself is just embarrassing.
It is truly
both
embarrassing.
for airline and for flyer.
passengers. Yes.
How would you you're going to be interviewing innocent children today. I don't know whether you should find a topic that asks them to describe the Nigerian. Maybe, I don't know. You have to decide that. Describe the Nigerian. Find a topic in that regard. Let's see what their parents are going to say through their children.
Joyce.
How would you describe the Nigerian?
The Nigerian. Oh, my word.
Now you know why I like holidays.
Joyce, the average Nigerian is poor. Not just poor of, financial capacity or whatnot, but is of a poor spirit. It's almost like the average Nigerian, although seemingly literate, is illiterate. I think that's the only way to put it.
Yeah, we don't have finishing school. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's it, because first of all, this whole story, I did not even watch the video. I couldn't bring myself to watch it, Yeah. But the gist is that this lady in question started the whole drama. She was supposed to turn off her phone. She refused to turn it off. And things escalated, and then she put her hands on one of the a flight, on a member of the flight crew.
Yeah.
I guess in retaliation, that person fought back.
I think it's deeper than that, which is also why I want the airline to speak to their perspective of the account of that event. Is it just really putting your phone on air flight mode that made her not want to exit the plane? I'm wondering what else was happening. Because if it's turn off your phone and you refuse, I don't see how that gives her justification to hit the face of the
right, because I still don't I still don't follow. I don't
feels like
understand
something
that.
else was
something
amiss,
else happened.
you know. So the airline, and I'm surprised that up till now the airline hasn't put out an official statement to say this is what happened.
The airline, I believe, has. I saw it trending.
Yeah, okay, because I was looking for it this
blogs.
morning. I didn't see it.
But what we know
someone
is that
says the airline has.
Yes.
Please, can you send it to me? I was looking for it this morning. I didn't see it.
What we know is that she has been suspended. I mean, she's been blacklisted from flying with IBOM Air. That's one thing we know. And now, I guess she will have to undergo some investigation,
psychiatric evaluation.
You know
that's all the country at this point.
But Joyce, the average Nigerian is also crazy. So if she's going to be evaluated, then possibly evaluate, including the woman who thought an accurate way to fight back was to strip this lady of her dignity. I mean, if not for anything, just for the fact that you're a woman.
Then there was was the original Quam series over the weekend.
Joyce, the average Nigerian likes anyhowness. We complain about it when it doesn't benefit us, but when it does, we condone it.
I want to talk about my own violation. Now that we're talking about violations, I was violated by the Nigerian police force or military on Etemiyang. And these are men in uniform with guns who are security agents to an Indian man on Etemiyang. So I'm trying to I've been putting the story back now for more than a week. I really need to give Lagos gist. The reason I wanted you to describe the Nigerian is because I wondered, the Nigerian with the gun behind the Indian man who spoke to me rudely, off the jump, you're a slave. Like, one, you're illiterate, two, you're a slave.
Right.
But I think it's worse than that. I feel that he is not even attempting to fight a battle, so he's in a situation that his children will come into.
Right.
So this thing you're doing, just the same way you bend a knee for bread, your children will bend two knees to eat. And I don't even think those at that end of the spectrum even comprehend. Now, while that situation was unraveling, it did quite appear that one or two understood. The other person, I didn't bother reading their emotions, but it did quite appear, one, particularly a short military guy from the north, he did quite appear he had just enough awareness to understand that his colleague had done something wrong. But I was too focused on the colleague that the only thing I've been thinking about the last few days is what to do to him. And I feel that whatever is happening to the Nigerian psychologically, the Nigerian uses it to exploit another Nigerian.
Yes.
So it's an abusive system here.
It's a vicious cycle of abuse and corruption that just keeps going on. And then when somebody tries to disrupt that cycle, because of how long Nigerians have endured or rather benefited from that cycle, the one trying to disrupt it becomes the enemy.
Exactly. Like my case. My case exactly.
Yes. The one trying to disrupt it becomes the I too know, the oversabi, the one trying to act like they know better than everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's a problem because at the end of the day, you still see these Nigerians in church every Sunday, lifting up holy hands and praising God knows who, because they're sure not praising my Lord and Savior. They're praising somebody else.
So I think we need to debate the Nigerian. Maybe I need to have a debate on the sunny side about the Nigerian. So now we know that, what do you know about Quam 2? Lagos, you have to forgive me. Sounds like a very interesting title for the development today with IBOM Air.
Quam 1 and Inu Quam, you mean? I'm sorry.
Well, if that's the way the public is going to pick it up, absolutely. Absolutely.
Joyce, in Quam 1's case, it was just sheer impunity. Now, who do you think you are? Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
I am who is your father? Who are you? It was just a case of, look, I'm rich, I've got money, and I can do whatever I want. But the irony of this is that if he were in a foreign country, he would behave himself. He would have been put together. He would have behaved himself. But we live in a society that praises, that glorifies money. We live in a society that glorifies people who have a little more to spend than the average Nigerian. So not everything goes, you know?
The conversation I want to have right now is Kwam has apologized, and I'm about to play the apology. I want to believe Nigerians have heard the apology, but I want to play the apology in about a few minutes from now. And then I want to compare Kwam 1 to Kwam 2. Because, hey, Kwam 2 is more a domestic conflict, which you can... I think in weight, it is probably less... I don't know. I could be wrong. It looks...
Less grievous?
Yeah, it looks less... It looks as though the violations are not so extreme compared to Kwam 1. So if they're going to prevent her from flying, they're taking her to court. Isn't it interesting?
What are they doing to Kwam
Isn't it
1?
interesting that within 3 days, we've gotten a scenario where Nigerians must contend with the kind of Nigeria that they want to have? Do you accept this apology, let him go? Or do you hold him responsible because there's Kwam 2 now, whom you want to hold responsible?
Right. Who, by the way, is not a famous musician.
Exactly. And I hear they want to charge. How did you put it in the headlines?
Well, they're
in the update. Because I think you said they were going to charge her to court. I really heard that.
yes. So the gist now is that
they have banned the passenger, Comfort Emerson, after a series of violent incidents. On the 10th of August, Uyo to Lagos flight, the airline says she not only refused to switch off her phone, but also assaulted a fan security personnel and the airline's ground supervisor before police took her into custody. The incident has been reported to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, with the airline reiterating its zero-tolerance stance on unruly behavior. All right.
But by the way, Joyce, Mrs. Oboli just sent a message saying that... she says, "Good afternoon, Lady J and Principal Vaughn. This is breaking news. As I speak with you, ma'am, persons living with disabilities have occupied the whole of Ikeja International Airport, protesting the closure of their school, the Farmcraft Center for the Blind, and their general welfare, and all they've been passing through. Please, I'd like to call you so you could interview a couple of them so they can air their grievances." She's reporting live. Oh, and by the way, this was in the news. I shared it on the news at 12. And Joyce, there's just so much. Everywhere you turn, Nigeria is happening. Everywhere you turn.
The confectionery of events in Nigeria. I haven't told my violation story. I want to discuss Kwam 1, Kwam 2.
But then people living with disabilities.
There are people with disabilities.
I'm going through it right
There's
now.
There's not enough time on the clock. Let me attempt to be all things to all persons. So first, let's go to what's her name again?
Mrs. Oboli.
Mrs. Oboli, can you call in? Let's hear the protest.
Yes.
At least it just gives the Nigerian public a sense of what's happening out there in the streets of Lagos. Miss Oboli has become the news. She seems to be. This is the second time she's calling me.
She's a citizen journalist. That is Mrs. Oboli for you.
Thank you very much. So please, can you call the show so that we can hear what is happening out there in the streets of Lagos and why the Nigerians on the streets have chosen to be on the streets this afternoon. After that, hopefully there's enough time. I need to know what Nigerians think about Kwam 1, Kwam 2 developments. Should Kwam 1 be forgiven? He has apologized. Should Kwam 2 apologize so that she's forgiven? Or should both of them be charged to court and made to face the consequences of their actions? The sunny side. Yeah. Beautiful Monday afternoon to you. My name's Joyce. Remember, I Beg to Differ kicks off at 4 p.m. And what you want to do is you want to be here. You're clinging desperately to the beauty of minds and hearts, and you are hoping you can preserve it because this is the future of tomorrow. Otherwise, this conversation this afternoon is the future of tomorrow.
What's that station again?
Oh yeah, Demo, come back. Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So I hear with it.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one. You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce.
The Sunny Side, 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name's Joyce, and we're live streaming. We're on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Thank you so much, the Nigerians who are sending to me the airline's statements. That's fantastic. I'm really speaking and trying to run my eyes through it. How this develops, we do intend to follow through, because what emerges after this is both a lesson for all Nigerians, and I guess would be a way forward, because we either establish our way forward or we make worse a situation. Let me see. We make worse the situation. Oh, this is another person? Hold on. We make worse the situation that we all are complaining about. So I have a caller. We're waiting for Miss Oboli to call into the studio. She's attempting to report a situation happening right now out there in Ikeja. The Sunny Side on Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you.
Hello. Hi, Lady J.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Miss Oboli, if you can hear me, good afternoon to you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. There's so much noise here.
Yeah, okay. So good to have you, Miss Oboli.
Over 4 hours now, persons living with disabilities have converged in the national airport, the international airport, to air their grievances.
Please go ahead. What exactly are their grievances?
I want to listen to the convener so that the air is grievance, Lady J.
Okay, sure. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ambassador Kelly Iberi.
Thank you, Ambassador
I'm
Kelly.
the convener of the peaceful protest that is going on at the MM2 airport in Ikeja. The reason why we are here is that we are here because of our school, the only school for the blind, owned by federal government of Nigeria, was closed down June 6 last year. And as I speak to you, from that time to date, the school has not resumed. And the government has not come to tell us the reason why they closed the school. So, and if I might shock you, we paid 120,000 as a school fees last year, where we did not finish the school. And up to date, our money was not refunded, and not even food. They asked us to go back home, that the government cannot continue to train blind adults, because the school is a school for blind adults for the age of 18 to 60 years. The school was built in 1957.
What?
So we've been writing several letters to different agencies, no response. So we decided to take it upon ourselves today to come to the federal government facility in the airport to make our voice heard. So that's why we are here today. So blind men, the visually impaired men and women, we are here. We've been here for the past 3 to 4 hours. So we are here at the airport.
I want to ask you a question.
Although they said the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian is on his way to Lagos to come and address us. So we are waiting, because we said if we don't see the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian, because the school is under Ministry of Humanitarian, under the poverty alleviation. So we said if we don't see them, we're not going to live here. The school must be open with immediate effect.
Okay.
That's why we are here.
Thank you so much for calling
and we're also
me.
here to tell them about the welfare of persons with disability.
Okay.
But we are suffering. A lot of us finished from that school, like me that is talking to you. I finished from that school 25 years ago. And up to date, a lot of my colleagues have not gotten work. No empowerment. Nothing, no loan. So we are not happy. We are dying silently. We are family men and women. So we are appealing to the federal government. Most of them, they are not blind. If they close their eyes for just 2 minutes, they will understand what we're going through. So we want to ask them, what did we do? When they say blind people will not go to school again. So we are appealing for them to come and reopen the school so that visually impaired people can go back to school. We don't want to roam around the street begging. As I speak to you, some of those students last year, some of them was taken from the streets where they were begging. As I speak to you, they've returned back to the streets. And that is not what we want for our society. So we want to go to school. So we are appealing to the general public to come and join their voice and help us for this peaceful protest, for this struggle that is happening at the airport today.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a few questions
The whole of the
I would like
has been shut down as I speak with you. Someone else wants to speak with you as well.
All right, we are here. We are here on ground to support add our voice to this. I have a brother, I have a sister, and these persons are one of us. They said an issue for one is an issue for all. Yes. We are here to speak with our voice on behalf of the blind people. Just one school. What they are asking for, we open this school for them.
Yes.
People keep coming to tell them that they are causing problem. Why the government that shut down the school is not causing problem? You keep on coming to these people to tell them that they should leave. They will keep on. They are ready. They are sure we are ready to stay here till tomorrow. Until they come. Until they answer. They have sent letters to these people that come and open this school.
And they do not.
What do you want from them? You say you don't want them to be on the street begging. Now they want to go to school. I don't know why Nigeria, we have problem with those that want to better Nigeria. Because people going to school is for, we don't like, we prefer towns. We prefer towns. Because these persons are going to school to be a better people in the country so that they will not beg. Like the person, Ambassador Kelly that just spoke now. He spends a lot of money in that school. He has a lot of students that is sponsoring in that school. That school is not free. After paying school fees, if they against us, we will stay here. If they want us, if they shoot us, we will stay here. If they want to do, they should do. We are here. We are going to add our voice. I will continue to add our voice.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm with you. You're live on air. I can hear you. I'm with you. If you can step away from the crowd in order to allow for me to hear you without the interruption. I am with you. I can hear you. But you would need to step away from the crowd so I can hear you without interruption.
Right now, this is the protest here. Like my colleagues have said. Hello?
Okay, you may have to speak louder than the crowd behind you, so I'm with you if you can hear me. What's your name?
Hello?
I can hear you. What's your name?
Go ahead and speak.
So, can you hear me?
I am with you. Yes, please tell us your name and go ahead.
Okay, like I said earlier, we are the airport road at Ikeja in Lagos.
Pardon me, what's your name? Were you the man who spoke first? What's your name?
No. My own name is Ambassador Opayemi Adioye.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a presenter on the radio station.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am. So, and I'm also a visually impaired person.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm a presenter on Tone FM 99.5.
Okay,
so,
that's good.
Yeah. When I came here, I saw my colleagues here. So they told me that the school called Farmcraft Igodo, Isheri, had been shut down this last year. And they promised them to go home, that they will call them back within 6 months. So after 6 months, they have not called them back even till today. So me that I'm talking to you right now, that is the school I did my TP. So that means when I was in school. So that's where I did my teaching practice. So even my wife went there to do her own teaching practice too. My wife too is also visually impaired. So, hello, ma, can you hear me, ma?
I'm with you. Please go ahead.
So now, even till that time, even till now, I want to talk about the welfare for people living with disability.
Yeah.
We've not been, even for feeding, money, school fees for our children, nothing. Because we are not working. We are not working. This government are not doing anything. This government are not doing anything for people living with disability. They want us to go on the road there to beg. And that is what they want from us. And if you go on the road to beg like this, they will say people that are blind or people that are disabled are going to beg. Why will we not beg? We eat now. So, but now we don't want to beg. We don't want to beg from people because how much? So I don't want to beg from people. That's why we are here, and that's why we are going to school so that we can be like people that are educated. So we have to be educated. We have to be educated, and so that we can have toothpick or we can put something on our table. Please, man. So we are urging the government today.
Okay.
Please hear our cry today.
Yeah.
Because if there's no hear from us, even tomorrow we will still be here.
Okay.
So that's for me. I'm Ambassador Adio Yokoyemi from Tone FM.
All right.
Presenter,
Thank
Nigeria.
you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Miss Oboli.
My name is Bekele Michael Olamide.
Pardon me, Miss Oboli. Miss Oboli, could you please ask the speaking man to wait? I want to be off on a break. Miss Oboli. Pardon me. Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Hello. Oh dear.
Please come to our aid.
Please hold on a second. I want to go off on.
Suffering. We are dying.
I know. Excuse me.
But we are now
okay, so Lagos, we're going to go off on a break.
We are dying.
We will return, and I would, of course, give them an opportunity to speak. But for now, on the sunny side, a very short break. We'll be right back. I'm in the studio, and Vaughn is here as well. Don't go anywhere.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Champions are returning, and this time it's for glory. Get ready for the I Beg to Differ Tournament of Champions. Kicking off August 11th at 4 p.m. from the powerhouse cities of Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Lagos. Past winners now face off in the national finals to answer one question: who will be the champion of champions? At 4 p.m., Abu Francis Helen Ebo of Government Science Secondary School, Piakasa Meitema Abuja, takes on Amuze David of Adebola Baptist Senior Secondary School, Lagos. On the topic, loyalty to tribe is more celebrated than loyalty to country in Nigeria. Then at 5 p.m., Majesty Joseph Ojochegbe of Government Day Secondary School, Karu Abuja, goes head-to-head with Afolayan Shongoluye of Christian High School, Lekki. On the topic, modern students are being overtested. 2 fierce battles, 4 brilliant minds, 1 crown, 1 winner. Who will rise? Who will differ the best? This is I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions. Don't miss it. I Beg to Differ starts August 11th from 4 p.m. Proudly supported by Obi Weezy, Diamond and Pearls Travels Limited, a Janla Restaurant, Christland High School. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
.3 Nigeria Info, you're on the sunny side. We are about a minute away from the top of the hour. And if you have just tuned in, well, I don't know how to narrate what has happened the last 30 minutes. But we've had to move conversations. Right now, ongoing is we have protesters out there in Ikeja who are people living with disabilities. They're seeking the government's intervention to reopen the School of the Blind that was closed down by the government. We are going to attempt to continue. I have a few questions because I'm even trying to understand how the school functions. Is it a free school for people with the blind being funded by the government? Or is it a school that operates and is a school that attendants or students would have to fund themselves? But anyhow we slice it, the School for the Blind is under the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, with a mandate to oversee the welfare of persons living with disabilities, including the blind. And what this means, if the system is, I want to be wrong, because from what we hear, it does quite appear as though this is prejudice against the blind. Now, maybe we can develop the conversation on the other side of the hour.
Testify, because the old man cannot lie, that they gave him judgment. This one, we entitled the money. This is a military man. I can't even prove the NMPC the way it will be DPS. Better to say, I will come and do my best, Nigeria. Please support me. Let's how we will work together.
Yeah, stop defending him.
I am not. I'm
defending him a lot.
If your ministers don't work, vote them out of office. If the governors don't work, vote them out of office. Well, I'm hoping that you can educate yourself enough.
I think a black man is caught.
No, don't say that.
We are suffering from post-traumatic disorder. We're traumatized.
How do you say that the world is survival of the fittest?
Hear the news, air your views, and we'll tell you what's new.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Talk.
It's 2 o'clock. The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, here's the gist making the rounds at this time. Dozens of visually impaired Nigerians protest the continued closure of the country's government-run school for the blind in Lagos, while retirees are also protesting their unpaid entitlements and up to 35 months pension arrears and non-payment of 35,000 naira palliative. Female passenger assaults flight attendant at Murtala Mohammed Airport. Ibom Air permanently bans the passenger, Comfort Emanson, after a series of violent incidents on its August 10th Uyo-Lagos flight. 3 persons have died after suspected herdsmen shot them while working on their farm in the Yilwata area of Benue State, while 5 persons have pleaded not guilty to terrorism charges in the Owo church bombing of 2022. ASU warns federal and state governments to resolve lingering welfare and funding issues in public universities or risk another strike, while human rights lawyer Inibere Effiong threatens to sue NYSC over what he describes as the persecution of Lagos-based core member Ushie Ugwamaye, popularly known as Ray. Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library condemns an early Sunday raid by over 50 armed men claiming to be EFCC operatives at a private event. And finally, Governor Abiodun Oyebanji has dissolved Ekiti's State Executive Council ahead of the June 2026 election. And that's all for now. It is back to the sunny side with Joyce. You are listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info, and I am Yvonne Alhaifel. Thank you for your time.
Activate. We are radio active on 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce.
3 minutes past 2 p.m. 99.3 Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. My name's Joyce. I'm attempting to reconnect with Mrs. Oboli. Okay, so I've lost her. Now we're waiting for her to possibly call back. But while we're waiting... Okay, so here, Lagos, this is what I can promise you. Because I need to know how this story develops. I need to hear from a lot more of the people who are on the street so I can properly construct what I think is a speaking point for this situation developing with persons living with disability who are right now on the streets of Lagos in protest against what they say is prejudice against the blind. Now, why the government would close the school, we need to understand the government's position, and we need to speak to the very psychological, I guess in one way, the psychological interpretation that this is for all of us as a collective. What does it mean that the government cannot cater to people living with disability? What then? You see, wasn't it 1 minute ago I was speaking on how the poor people pay 400 naira on 20,000, and someone even sent me a message to say she practically justified it. Poverty is insane. You don't even know that you shouldn't be paying that much. Well, that's one person. I don't know whether the other Nigerians agree. But we're back on the air, and maybe Miss Oboli is going to attempt to call in. My telephone line's ringing 4 minutes past 2 p.m. The sunny side, my name is...
promised the people that the government will be here. Why didn't they turn up? That's the question. Where is the Minister for Women Affairs?
That was quick. Okay.
1 minute, please. 1 minute.
Okay.
Madam, 1 minute. If they are coming, why lie to the person with disabilities? That there's no flight. It's appalling. It's disgusting. Enough is enough. Please. Hello, Lady J.
Okay. Good afternoon, and thank you for being back.
Lady J.
Yeah.
They promised us that the minister will be coming. All of a sudden, because we tried to run a bit, now I don't get it. An official is speaking to you, please. I'm listening. The woman is listening to you. She's listening to you. Please go ahead.
Okay, so
an officer is talking to you, Lady J.
Okay. Okay, so the line appears to be interrupted right now. Miss Oboli, can you please, Miss Oboli, I beg you, can you please, Miss Oboli, please can you hang up and call me back? There's a distortion with the connection. Miss Oboli. Hello, Miss Oboli. I'm trying to establish clarity.
Richard,
okay.
Hello?
You want to recharge and call me back?
Don't worry. I'm good. No
okay.
problem.
So the first person.
My name is Richard.
Okay. So the first person who spoke was saying something about the school. I want you to please get him back on the line. I want Lagos to understand the way the school functions. Can we understand the way the school functions? Is it being sponsored by the government, or are students paying their fees themselves? If you can hear me.
Yes. So this is the convener. His name is Ambassador Kelly Igberi. He's with you, man.
Okay. Good afternoon to you. If you can hear me, hello?
Yes, fine, man.
Okay, so I have a question for you. My question is, this school that has been shut down, how does it operate? Is it funded by the government, or is it self-funded by students?
I'm sorry, the place is a bit noisy, so I think...
Repeat your question, please.
Okay, so I'm asking, I want to understand the way the school functions. Is it being funded by the government, or is it self-funded by students who are attending?
Yeah, the school is being funded by the federal government under the Ministry of Humanitarian.
Okay, but somebody had mentioned that you were paying 120,000. I wanted to understand why you are paying if it's funded by the government.
It's the only school for the blind, owned by the federal government, adult school for the blind.
Yeah, okay. Do you pay money to be a student of the school?
Do you pay money to be a student of the school?
Yes, last year we paid 120,000 naira each.
Why? Why? Please, I need to understand that.
Why are you paying for this?
Why are you paying if it's funded by the government?
We pay to federal government account.
Yeah, but why are you paying to the federal government? One, you are people of disability. Why are you paying 120,000 naira?
Why are you paying for it? That's the question.
You know, the federal government said they can't continue funding the school anymore. That parents should start paying for training for students. So that's how we start paying. Even when we're paying, they started feeding us 3 times from January. From March, they reduced it to twice. Then around April, they reduced it to 1. Then June 6, 2024, they came and said they can no longer continue again, that everybody should go home.
After you paid 120,000 naira?
Students come from the 36 states of the Federation, including the FCT.
Okay, after you paid 120,000 naira?
Yes.
Okay.
After you paid 120,000 naira.
Is that in the affirmative?
He said, is it after you paid the money?
Yes,
after you paid 120,000.
After we paid, yes. You
okay.
Paid. It's a school fees.
Okay, wow.
It's for 1 year.
Okay.
20,000 is for 1 year.
Okay, what are the number of students we're talking about here? Any estimation of the number of students of the school?
Come again, Lady J.
What is the estimation of the number of students in that school?
How many students are in that school?
Yes, there were about 76. 76 last year, 76.
76 people?
Yes. Yes, 76 people, blind men and women.
Okay. From all over the country. That's not okay. But are you sure about just 76?
You said?
Are you sure there's just 76 students? Are you sure about that?
From each state, Lady J. And the 36 states give them 76. Do you understand what he's saying?
Well, I'm trying to.
So from each state, they give 76 students from each state.
Oh, good. So now I'm asking, what is the approximate number of the students within that school? So is that 76 times 36?
Over 2,000.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Over 2,000.
Okay, so the government can no longer cater to about 2,000 blind people. That's what they're saying right now.
They still pay, Lady J. It's not free. They still pay. When you want to campaign for post, you come to meet the disabled community. What exactly is the disabled man or woman enjoying in this country? And the school they pay for again to acquire skills, you still shut it down. Lady J, remember I told you, I said my son's school, KSCC, K2 Special Children's Center, was also shut down. 10 years down the line, it was shut down. Thank God that the day Fashola came on air at the studios of Nigeria Info for his book launch. I had to reach out to him, and before they were able to fix David in another school. How many of these persons living with disabilities have the grace to reach out on radio? Thank God I'm here covering this live. It's not easy for them to get through to speak to you people on air, and that is why I'm here to do this for them. Now you can hear them. There are over 5,000 people here on this alone this afternoon. This morning we've been here, and the minister, nobody is here to even listen. Lady J.
Okay. So I don't know what the plan will be by the end of the day. I have to be off air speaking with you to speak to someone else in another 4 minutes. I'm going to ask you to please hang in there and collect all the information that you can. Tomorrow on the show, I would love for you to please call me back. If it's no inconvenience on your part, because I have only 4 minutes left because I have guests who are joining me shortly.
Thank you for listening.
All right, because tomorrow I can give some time to the conversation, and then we can properly debate it as to the role of the government in this particular development. All right? Thank you. Lagos, we are going to quickly go off on a break. We'll be right back.
What's that station again?
Oh yeah, Camel, go back. Here's one thing you need to know about yourself. So like here we did talk.
Yep, bullseye. That's the one.
You're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info's The Sunny Side. The Sunny Side. Welcome. My name's Joyce. We're like gold diggers, tunneling through the mishaps and the handicaps.
I don't know what to cook for them. I don't know what to give them to eat. That is the issue at hand as I speak right now.
In the name of the good, we hope to earn the truth and be worth our weight in salt.
Every night, every yard and there, we will hear 1 million boys, 2 million boys, 3 million boys. It's for one common people. People who don't have no money. You're supposed to plan it to go where people can follow you. Everybody can follow you. Both the rich and those poor.
The Sunny Side with Joyce.
The Sunny Side with Joyce.
Weekdays 12 to 3 p.m. on 99.3 Nigeria.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's